And welcome back to this Friday evening David67 Celtic News YouTube channel video. This video going to be a wee preview of tomorrow tea times kick-off between Celtic and St Mirren, an away game for Celtic. 5:30 kick-off, 17:30. Game will be live on Sky Sports Football. And depending how our big rivals game goes earlier in the afternoon, Celtic will be looking at least to maintain their lead at 13 points or potentially increasing it to 14, 15 or even 16 points. And of course our goal difference is massively better than Rangers at plus 67 compared to their plus 34. In this evening's video, we're going to have a wee look at my predicted lineup, predicted score, one or two wee stats for the game, and a wee brief roundup of a few wee bits of Celtic news that have developed over the last 24-48 hours. Brendan Rodgers in his press conference basically saying that Celtic have exactly the same squad that they did against Aberdeen, except Greg Taylor is now back in the squad now that his wife has had a baby, and so he's back in the squad. And there was no further update on the fitness of James Forrest or Paolo Bernardo, and I guess that Forrest will be back probably in a week or two's time, and Bernardo a couple of weeks or so after that. Rodgers did say that he is looking to have a chat with Jeffrey Schlupp in a few weeks' time with regards to whether Schlupp would like a longer-term future at Celtic. And I, for one, would be actually perfectly happy if Celtic were to offer Schlupp a couple of years at Celtic as a backup to Kieran Tierney, and maybe a backup to Kieran Tierney and Greg Taylor, depending what Taylor decides in terms of his new contract. Other bits of news, the key match incident panel voted 4-1 to say that Celtic should have been given the goal for Maeda against Hibs, the goal that would have put the score back to 2-2. And 4 of the 5 panel supported the on-field decision by the referee and the assistant referee and thought that VAR was wrong to intervene, although as yet Willie Collum hasn't come out with a statement, nor does it appear he has formally approached Celtic to explain the decision or to apologise for an error. And the final wee bit of news is that the next couple of Celtic Rangers matches, there will be a couple of thousand away fans in the crowd. Slightly more when Rangers come to play Celtic at Celtic Park in a couple of weekends' time. And around about 2,000 Celtic fans will get tickets for the corresponding Rangers v Celtic match at Ibrox when we are in the 6-6 split phase of this season. Brendan Rodgers has a wee bit of a dilemma. Does he rest and rotate, or does he keep with the same starting 11 that started against Aberdeen on Tuesday just past? Game that we won 5-1 despite never really getting out of second or third gear in the game. And I think given that the next game for Celtic is not for another week, I think Celtic will likely go into the game against St Mirren with our best first choice 11, which was the same 11 that started against Aberdeen a few days ago. So in goals will be Kasper Schmeichel, right back Alsa Johnston, the two centre backs Cameron Carter-Vickers and Austin Trusty, and at left back Jeffrey Schlupp. Midfield 3 of McGregor, Hatate and Engels. Kuhn on the right, Jota on the left, and Dyson Maeda through the middle. I think it would be also perfectly reasonable to give Cameron Carter-Vickers a wee bit of a rest, and maybe starting Liam Scales alongside Austin Trusty in central defence, as I did think Carter Vickers looked a wee bit tired and slow in the last game against Aberdeen, despite the fact that we actually defended well in general against Aberdeen. Did feel that Carter Vickers just was looking a wee bit leggy, maybe in terms of needing a rest, although I think if it is a week between this fixture against St Mirren and the next one against Hibs in the Cup, I think Rodgers will maintain the same starting 11, with the option of bringing players such as Taylor and Scales and McCowan and Yang and Ida and Kenny off the bench as required later in the game. Predicted score, I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Celtic. St Mirren can be a difficult team to break down. They did have a particularly good performance last weekend, beating Rangers 2-0, but I think Celtic will have too much firepower for them. And although St Mirren do have a style of play that can cause Celtic difficulties, I think tomorrow Celtic will be too good for St Mirren, and I'm going for a comfortable 3-0 win. Looking at some stats for Celtic against St Mirren matches, at the current form of the two sides, Celtic have won 9 of the last 10 games against St Mirren, with the other game being a draw. In Celtic's last 6 away games, we've had 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 defeats, having had an unbeaten spell of 10 in a row away games between April 2024 and December 2024. But since that time, we've had a couple of defeats to Rangers and to Hibs, a couple of wins and a couple of draws. But I'm sure tomorrow we'll get back on course with a nice comfortable win over St Mirren. St Mirren in their last 4 home games, 1 draw and 3 defeats. And Celtic have won the last 7 games in a row against St Mirren. And in his last 10 games, Maeda has had quite remarkable 13 goal contributions, a mixture of goals and assists. And he is currently in incredibly good form. And for that reason, I think Rodgers will start him again through the middle. And I think with us playing, for the most part, 1 game per week until the end of the season, I think Rodgers will stick as best he can, injuries permitting, to using the same starting 11 pretty much every game until the league is confirmed, and then does allow him then to protect the players to get us through the Cup quarter-final, semi-final and final, and also give some of the younger players like Turley, Bonner, Kenny, etc. some first-team experience as well. And hopefully all that goes to plan. That just about finishes off this Friday evening video. I will be doing a post-match review video either late Saturday evening or more likely Sunday morning. And will do my best to keep you up to date with any news that crops up over the course of Saturday prior to the 5:30 kickoff. Just as we finish, a wee polite suggestion, encouragement. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do click that subscribe button. Get the subscriber numbers past the 1200 barrier. If you do like the video, please do click that like button, and do feel free to pop your own thoughts into the comment section regarding the lineup, any resting and rotation, and a predicted score for the St Mirren Celtic match tomorrow evening. And so until the next video, good luck Celtic in beating St Mirren tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. And goodbye and hail, hail.